white alien ranger.
I'd like to thank the two Yellow Rangers for being positive role models for me like your I have a question for the panel. How did you all maintain work-life balance, the balance between work and life? Especially, I know a lot of you have married, had children, so how did you maintain that balance?
Yeah, I was like young girl. I mean, we literally go into work with, we'd be there at like 5. The girls had to be there at 5:30, and we work. And then we'd have like 12-hour day, and then still have to go do ADR for a couple hours. And I'd go to bed at like 9 o'clock, and then just wake up. And it was so like a blur, but I mean, it was a lot of hard work. And so you didn't get to see your family. When we did the movie, we were supposed to do it for 3 months, and then we ended up being there like Thanksgiving. We were there Halloween, Thanksgiving, Christmas, New Year's, and Valentine's Day. And I was like, what other holidays are left this year? Like, we were just, but the great thing about that is that we were new to the show, so we got to we were stuck with each other, and we got to really get to know each other and really, I think, develop, stronger friendships. But you would just, when you found out you had a week off, I mean, everybody was like going to see their family, they were leaving, they were trying to get some, downtime.
I wasn't married at the time. First of all, I just want to say thank you. I don't know where you sat, but thank you so much for that compliment. During that time, I was a junior in college, so I was going to school somehow. I don't know. The Lord worked that out because I was there just like Karen. We had 5 o'clock. We were there 5 o'clock in the morning until sometimes 6 p.m. So I don't know how the Lord helped me graduate. I did. So I was balancing studying, and all of my family is not in Los Angeles. They're all in Northern California, about 5 hours away. So, woohoo, Northern California. That's what was going on in my life at the time.
It was really hard for me because I left all of my family and friends in Australia to come over here. And I was very lucky because I was very embraced and loved by everybody on the set, and they became my family. So in the beginning, working a lot was good. When I first got here, they were doing the movie, and I just walked into this like, oh my gosh, I had no idea because it had only just started playing in Australia, so it wasn't the huge thing it was here. And I was just like, oh my gosh, I had no idea that it was going to be like that. So the first 2 weeks, they were traveling a lot and doing press conferences and stuff, so I felt very lonely for the first 2 weeks, but once they got back, it was fine. Karen took me out with her and exposed me to the LA life.
The story continues. That's a great question because when you work in production, this was early in my career when I started on Rangers. I started in late 1990 working on production. And, those hours are grueling. It's, 70, 80, sometimes plus hours a week. And 15, 18, sometimes I worked a 24-hour day once. It's just, but you want to be there, so that's the price you pay, and that's what you do to be there. But it's really difficult to balance a life that way. And I'd come home and, I would veg and go shopping. That was my release, eat, go shopping, and sleep when I had a weekend. So, great question.
I had kids, had a balanced life. You're still unbalanced. It was hard, I'm trying to balance that business, and I had to go out to school and had kids, and Jacob, 17, I was running around like a little booger with diapers on. Not letting me sleep. Put baby powder on your other brother. Who's that? You put powder on Hunter, huh? One night, I come in and Hunter just powdered, cut his hair. It was just like loaded with just baby powder. So it was just, dealing with the Power Ranger stuff and coming home and dealing with the kids. Yeah, kids and kids. I was more of a kid. I kind of grew up on the show. But yeah, it's hard to balance it. But we worked a lot of hours. I mean, we worked really a lot of hours. So I saw these guys more than, family. Yeah, you can come to set.
Yeah, they did keep us pretty busy on the set. I mean, we would have, sometimes we'd be shooting, well, most of the time, 2 episodes a week. So, you have a call time like 6 o'clock in the morning, 6:30 in the morning, which meant you were tired at the end of the day, you go home. So, like, I didn't really have, I wasn't married or anything like that, and I was still a virgin, actually, except for...
That ain't what I heard.
It's funny, like, because we would have to get there early in the morning, but there was a lot of downtime. So even though we were there for 12 hours and couldn't leave, we weren't always like working the whole time. So there was a lot of downtime where we were bored sitting in our dressing room. I'd go to Narvi's dressing room a lot, hang out with him because he was so funny. But one thing that always made me laugh is he had this picture on the wall of Nixon. And Nixon had already died, and he wrote, "Narvi, thank you for coming to my funeral." To this day, all the time.
Well, thank you, Walter, for outing me. Now I'll probably get fired from my high school job. Miss Appleby always did like younger men. So.
Oh my gosh! Get up on that.
I really did, but it was one of those things I just couldn't break it down. Because I was, as I said earlier, a day player, I had sort of the bittersweet luxury of just getting to work a day here and there. And I think most of us who are actors really long to have the kind of relationship that I saw happening on this set. And I want to go back to the young lady who said role models, because I just want to say that these, and I am an old woman, okay? I get a secret discount at the movies nowadays, folks. I just walk my little self up there and say, give me a senior. But these young people really were role models. And I was saying to some gentlemen this morning, except for Mr. Frank, okay? He was terrible on set, and he always picked on me.
Mr. Frank, we know.
Yes, because he said once she goes black, she never goes back.
You can ask my husband that. But these folks were role models. They were role models for your generation. And, we don't have a lot of, this world needs superheroes. People who teach us values. And they'll make fun of it, I know. But they really were out there teaching people how to be good people and how to be responsible young people. And in a time when there are so many choices that young people have to make, they were helping you guys make good decisions. And so I was always envious of the fact that they got to be there every day, and I just got to come in occasionally and sort of be around the edges. And I'm real grateful for the experience.
How do you follow that up? Although, as we sit here, I realized the kid had
screwed up my life more than I realized. You know that? I mean, honestly, and all kidding aside, talking about inspiration, I remember I was trying to figure out how to make the next step. Because this thing kind of screws with your head a little bit, becoming famous when you're young and all that stuff. I was trying to figure out where to go and how to go about college. And I was going to try to do some night school, I kind of thought. And I remember I was so impressed by the fact we were going to UCLA and still doing this show and getting your ass kicked and really taking the punches and going through it. That's when I said, you know what, I need to quit and go to school full time. Now that I think about it, it's because of you. I was so impressed by that, girl. I was so impressed by that.
I love you.
I hate you now because of that.
Thank you so much. That's very sweet, Jason.
I'm actually going to be asking this question on behalf of a friend of mine who, because the whole field capacity thing is stuck out there, he really wanted to ask this, and it applies to whoever it applies to. And I know it might be, a sort of sad subject. He wanted to ask if everybody could share some of their favorite moments of working with Peter.
I didn't get to work with her, but I did get to meet her. I think there was like this party. It might have been at your house, Walter. There was like a house party that like I first got on the show, and they invited me to. And so I mean, we didn't have any friends. We were straight out of Texas and didn't have any family. And so I went. Some guys were going to this party, and she was there. And I mean, it was kind of awkward for us because I mean, I don't think she knew she was, no longer on the show, and we didn't know we were replacing people at first, so, but she was really sweet, really nice, and I at least got to meet her and got to, have a moment with her, and we talked and kind of chatted, and I thought she was a lovely person, but I never got to work with her, unfortunately.
I didn't have the opportunity to meet Trini, but I heard wonderful stories about her. It's a tragedy that she was taken so young, but I didn't get to meet her either.
Yeah.